this unboxing is Insider Presents I Escaped a Chinese Internment Camp by Fahmida Azim, Anthony Del Cole, Josh Adams, winner of the Pulitzer Prize, Junior Library Guild Gold Standard. I feel like I heard about this at like a children's book conference like a year ago. Maybe it was the ALA dinner. I can't remember, but I feel like I heard someone speak, and it was so like moving because it was, basically the story of the Uyghurs in China. But it also could be any, my business school roommate married a woman who was from China. She lived in Inner Mongolia, and then, she moved more to a city in China. And just for talking to a Westerner, because her English is pretty good, and not immediately, but just for having a conversation with a Westerner, she was jailed for some pretty lengthy, indeterminate amount of time. Like, it was months, maybe even a year. And, sort of the thing, you speak to a Westerner, nothing happens, all of a sudden, boom, you get picked up, you get thrown in jail, you don't really know what it's about, and you don't know how long you're going to be in there for, and it's a pretty grim experience, and then one day you're free. Anyway, she, since left China, came to the United States, got her MBA with me at UCLA, but my roommate told me that her family, most of them have left China, but they are all Uyghur. And so had they stayed, they would have been part of this, I would say it's just like a sort of a brutal crackdown. And then my daughter, who goes to Northwestern, her first roommate, as a freshman roommate, is a Chinese national. And I asked her, like, what do you know about this? What happened? Why all of a sudden was there this, like crazy crackdown where they were building these, like prison camps that were like the size of a city, and they were destroying all where the Uyghurs lived, and they were forcing them through torture to renounce their religion, or they were being killed. It was quite terrible, and sort of the world was just watching, and no one was doing anything. And she told me, my daughter's roommate, was that there were a number of incidences of tension between the Uyghur youth, maybe teenagers or 20-somethings, and the Chinese police. And at one point, it got violent, and a bunch of Chinese police, or maybe military, were killed. Like, not like a ton, but like less than 10 or under a dozen. And then all of a sudden, this crazy crackdown happened. And so this is the story of someone who I believe is Uyghur. And is that why? So why does she get arrested? Yes, Muslim religion. So being Muslim, which is, the Uyghurs are kind of this, because they live on the border of Mongolia, just kind of like this mixed, like probably truly, they're Chinese, but they're not Han Chinese necessarily. And they're, so they're probably a little bit multi-ethnic, but, the religion there is Muslim. And for a long time, most, until this happened, they just sort of, lived their own lives, and, they were allowed to practice, their religion. And, but then now it's like it's basically like genocide. And so here's a woman who was arrested, put in a prison camp, tortured, somehow managed to escape. I don't know how, but it'll be in the story. And is now the voice of what happened. And it's this book is told through sort of like illustrated graphic novel type of style, but you can see it's single panel and just sort of a minimum of words. There's more information in the back, but I think it's sort of this effort to get just get information out about what happened, what this experience was like. So I think the Pulitzer Prize, I don't know if it's this book that won the Pulitzer Prize or a different version of it. No, I think this is the one that won the Pulitzer Prize for illustrated reporting. So it's powerful, right? Like a graphic novel format can tell such a powerful story. And also it's such a difficult story in terms of like, how much violence do you show, and like who is the audience, and how much can they handle of the truth versus scaring people. So it's kind of a tour de force. I feel like we all should read it. And yeah, I mean, I guess it's just to know what goes on in this world. Let's see, the publisher is, I'm not sure actually. New Friday? I don't know. I've never heard of them. But anyway, a powerful book. I don't even know the age range for this. I feel like it's young adult at the youngest, but the fact that it's simple, like words and illustrate, like perhaps it's middle grade. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the down box. But thank you for sending me this important story, and thank you for watching.